Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about what happens if they have an oil lease auction and nobody comes. Or what it means that even oil companies don't want to drill baby drill in the Arctic. The period to submit bids to obtain leases to drill in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, often pronounced ANWR, ended. Not a single company entered a bid. Why is the Biden administration even offering these leases? Because of a Trump-era bill that went through Congress. The 2017 Tax Act required 2 lease sales within 7 years. Trump acted like companies were desperate to drill in the wildlife refuge. According to the Department of Interior, quote, "The first sale, held by the previous administration, similarly demonstrated low interest, yielding a total of $14.4 million in high bids on 11 tracts. Congress included the 2 lease sales in the Tax Act on the grounds that they would generate approximately $2 billion in revenue over 10 years. $14 million is a far cry from $2 billion. But wait, there's more. The department's release also says, quote, "Of the 9 leases sold during the previous administration's sale, the 2 held by oil companies were canceled and refunded at the request of the lessees, and the remaining 7 held by the Alaska Industrial Development and Export Authority were canceled by Secretary of the Interior Holland due to the multiple legal deficiencies in the underlying record. There are currently no existing leases in the coastal plain." Despite the dismal results from his attempt, Trump was still pushing it during his campaign. He told Elon Musk, quote, "And I'll get it going very quickly, because not only is it big for Alaska, I mean, you talk about economic development. That for the United States, I mean, that is, they say, bigger than Saudi Arabia, or the same size, and pure, really good stuff." It should come as no surprise that the reserves are nowhere near Saudi Arabia's, not even close. Saudi Arabia has hundreds of billions of barrels. The Congressional Research Service says the plains of the refuge, which is the area of leases, has about 10 billion barrels of technically recoverable oil. Most of what I've seen says the oil there is relatively pure, if we're going to use that term. The problem is U.S. refinery capability is mainly geared toward the opposite. It's expensive to retool. This is part of why the U.S. still imports oil. So, odds are, any oil coming out of there will be exported. It's also worth noting that it isn't one pool of oil underground. It's multiple, which makes it more expensive to extract. Now, the next question will be, did Biden intentionally tank the lease sale he was obligated to hold? Alaska seems to think so and filed suit. The suit alleges Biden added some additional rules and that regulations about occupancy and surface use make it impossible to develop. Acting Deputy Interior Secretary Laura Daniel Davis had a different explanation, saying, quote, "The lack of interest from oil companies in development in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge reflects what we and they have known all along. There are some places too special and sacred to put at risk with oil and gas drilling. This proposal was misguided in 2017, and it's misguided now." So, did Biden purposefully derail the leases? Was it not economically beneficial? Did oil companies find the land too special and sacred? We may never know. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.